We are here with the venerable Alan Brawn. I don't like to throw that word around very often, but it is true. He's very venerable, and you'll see in just a minute how eloquent he is as well. He is one of the leading digital signage experts. He's such an expert, in fact, that he spends his life educating other digital signage experts. And in fact, he's even got something called the Digital Signage Experts Group. We saw an interview with his son, Jonathan Brawn, earlier today, or actually yesterday. We wanted to ask him a couple of questions about his work with the DSF, as well as some of the education that they're doing to make sure that people are actually taking advantage of things and not messing things up. So first of all, Alan, thank you so much for your time. And first question is, with the DSF and with education that's going on, what are some of the key points that you need to focus on to make sure that people are doing the job correctly?
Well, the big issue that we're all dealing with in terms of education in general is that digital signage looks tremendously simple on the surface, as you know. Throw up a flat panel display, throw up a mount, have a little, cables, connectors, a media player, and some content, and we're all fat, dumb, and happy. But in fact, when we start drilling down into the details of it all, it really does become quite complex with all the nuances of who content is going to communicate to and things of this nature. And so the Digital Signage Federation is, first of all, dedicated to talking to all of the constituencies of the digital signage industry, all the way from manufacturers and distributors and consultants and all the way to end users, including content creators and advertising people and network operators. But in that regard, our major kind of a mantra, if you will, and our, as the French would say, raison d'être, reason for life, is very simple. It's to educate people and to make sure that they understand the umbrella in an impartial, agnostic, and vendor-neutral way, the umbrella of what digital signage is all about. Then you come to a show like the Digital Signage Expo, and you can drill into the details with individual manufacturers. But it all starts with education and knowing what it's all about before you dive into the swimming pool.
Sure. Now, I'm going to have to say that one of the most difficult things for me was not only understanding how the technology and the content and the advertising comes together, but how the industry works together. Is there anything you focus on in some of your courses about kind of how the industry works together, manufacturers, vendors, that type of thing too?
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the Digital Signage Experts Group. It's an impartial, agnostic, vendor-neutral organization only aimed at certifying people in the digital signage industry. No sponsorships, no hidden agendas. Our only goal is to take the 7 key elements of digital signage. You've got hardware, software, connectivity, content, operations, design, business. Those are basically the 7 key elements of digital signage, and each one of them has a constituency. So what the Digital Signage Experts Group does is show how it all interconnects together, and then we teach you how they interconnect together. You don't have to become an expert in all areas. All you have to do is be familiar with how one relates to another, and so that's the first order of business in the Digital Signage Certified Experts Program under the Digital Signage Experts Group.
Fantastic. Now, if somebody wants to come into the industry, they want to learn, they want to find out, they want to talk to you, see about one of your courses, how do they do that?
Well, the cool part is that you don't actually have to take a certification. The cool part is that we do online seminars, a 1-hour seminar, a 2-hour seminar, things like this. We'll start people with like an introduction to digital signage or turning on digital signage. It's available through distributors. It's available directly through Brawn Consulting or the Digital Signage Experts Group, and more importantly, available through the Digital Signage Federation, where we have these courses and these webinars. And every month, stay tuned. We've got very interesting webinars given by industry experts, people like Lyle Munn, people like Laura Davis Taylor, who are recognized as true experts in the industry doing webinars. So you don't have to get certified up front if you don't want. We've got a very nice way through the Digital Signage Federation of getting everybody up to speed.
Alan, awesome as always. Thank you so much for your help. Enjoy the rest of the show.